Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. It's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Fielded near the back of the day, touchback. Lucky. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
3, Eagles nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense over that one, that's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard.
2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown, and the Eagles have taken the lead. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether it's one safety, sometimes you get 2 guys in there. Either run routes at them so they have to cover, or somehow freeze them by running underneath them and hoping to draw them towards the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
And they will not get a chance to
coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he's not going to get the 1st down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or 2 short.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The field goal is good. Makes the score Eagles 10.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capture the field goal.
As a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no effort to bring a pass set for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. but to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. In the middle of the end zone. And this will not.
But they never did.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The field goal is good. Makes the score Eagles.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited.
Extra mass. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now. Still throwing the... And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll Garoppolo again. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
So that partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
Field in Philadelphia. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Philadelphia Eagles taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And 1-yard line.
Throwing again is Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Complete to
Kenny Stills, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do in good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the
through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25 up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The kick is good.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up for offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And this will not.
Houston.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Touchdown.
Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created to keep defenders away from the ball and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Wentz now on 1st down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT. We got a tie game here, back and forth 1st half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone.
Field because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies.
There goes Duke Johnson. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans have broken the tie. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll just
it over 3 times in the 1st half. We just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Result of the play is...
And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle,
he better figure it out. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here.
Point conversion.
They'll turn to Sanders. They're going to try and run. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
That keeps the score.
And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a three-point game. Instead, it'll stay at one.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point.
It'll be a loss of one, and that'll make it second and goal.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run it in with Burton. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
To the fullback.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of one there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown.
Houston.
Duke Johnson taking it in. And the Texans have retaken the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? Football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. James White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Doug Peterson says, let's go for two here. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And that'll kill line. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. Possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Houston's pass complete to
Brandon Cooks.
Touchdown.
His second touchdown on the season. And now the Texans are within a two-point conversion of tying up this game.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a two-point conversion away from tying this game up. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchdown.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
Yeah, that, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Goal to go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And an important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. He's at the 30, 10, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
To Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scout. Back, nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. This is caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for.
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And this will not.
As you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week.